because the light was on. Oh, it's a good laugh, isn't it? So, all jokes and laughing aside, it's still a joyous occasion, of course, because we are today going to be exploring what I would consider the highlight of the year at Wakelet and the highlight of the Wakelet community, which is, of course, Wakelet Community Week. Okay,
Ooh.
So for me, this is the most tense, the most chock-a-block in terms of the amount of work and tasks that we have to do. It's like all hands on deck,
and on desks,
yeah.
Crazy amounts of energy. But it's amazing. Like the energy levels throughout the community and in the office during Community Week are next level, unbelievable. Okay, so James and Amy, tell us what Community Week is all about. What is it for people who have just tuned into this podcast and who aren't aware of what the Wakelet Community Week is? What is it?
So yeah, essentially, Wakelet Community Week is a week-long virtual conference, but as the people who know it's much more than that. It's a chance to meet and catch up with old friends. It's a chance to kind of keep up to date with what's going on in EdTech and in obviously the Wakelet universe as well, obviously with Wakelet Live. And it's just a great feeling, like you say. It's all hands on deck for us, so we get to get really behind it. And I think it kind of represents the community as a whole. It's just a nice time period to have everyone really focused on what they're doing. So for the rest of the year, they're doing their jobs, they're doing the Wakelet webinars, they're joining in the activities. But I think this week is a nice kind of collective, bringing it all together and showcasing what they've done, what we've done, and just celebrating it for a whole week. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and of course, like during the year, we have webinars where we're, continually highlighting and hearing from the community, and we're always amazed by all of the ideas that they come up with, and different ways of using Wakelet. And so, Community Week is really about like shining a light on that, giving them the stage to do so and share all those ideas, and we absolutely love it. And you learn so much tuning in. I mean, it's great for people who are using Wakelet already to get a bit more inspiration, but also new users who are looking to expand and learn more about the tool itself. But also I think more than that, like you said, it's so much more. It's that connection and networking across our community, but with educators all around the world. We have so many people get involved. There's sessions throughout the day, every day, so that wherever in the world you are, you can tune in, and that's what we wanted to do. That's what we wanted it to be about, and that's what we do love about the kind of virtual nature of it. But we do have that connection as well with the networking and things like that. So it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it, as you guys know, with the themes and all of the sort of activities and things like that, and the competitions we put into it. So it is, of course, expanding on your professional development, and there's loads to learn throughout the week, but it's also just a lot of fun.
And we the actual birth of Community Week, the first time that we did it in 2020, was a reaction to the pandemic. In a sense, it was that all of a sudden everybody has all of these plans for going to ISTE and TCA and all these real life conferences, and then all of a sudden nobody can travel. It's lockdown. So there was a huge void, I think, because so many educators and ourselves, we really look forward to seeing everybody in person and attending these conferences, and all of a sudden there's nothing. So major props to James for coming up with the idea of saying, let's put on a conference ourselves and let's do it virtually so that everybody can join regardless of where they are across the world. And I think it's when you have a look at where people are joining us from each year, it's a testament to just how international and global the Wakelet community is. And I remember the first one that we did. It had such an interesting element to it because everybody's working remotely, and James had to coordinate what's going on between different team members whilst it's the first time that we've ever worked from home. But when it all came together, it was unbelievable. And I had a really, when it came to the last session that I was hosting of the week, literally within the last 2 minutes, that's when everything hit me. When I was like, oh my God, the stuff that we've done has connected so many people from all over the world in this 1 week, and it's been absolutely crazy, and we've not slept, and we've been working on it so hard, and it's finally over. And in that moment, that's the only moment that I could truly appreciate like what we'd managed to do. And I got super emotional.
Yeah.
I had to like apologize to people. In my mind, I was like a crying, blubbering mess. But when I watched it back, I was like,
yeah,
it's not that bad. But I tried to keep it together. But one of the things which I wanted to touch on was that when we do a community week, the meeting that I love the most is when we're deciding on a theme.
yeah.
On what the theme is going to be for Community Week. And I think the theme is like a fun way of giving it structure and helping make it a reality and making it blossom into something exciting and different. So last year we picked the theme of the golden age of travel, which was a response to everybody not being able to travel. So it's like, let's go on a journey on Wakelet Airlines or whatever. And this year it's about the magic of cinema. That's the theme as well. You guys are excited about that theme, right?
Yeah.
Very excited, yeah.
Yeah. It is always a really good, it's a fun meeting when that time of year comes around and we know, and we're going to have the flip chart board out.
Yeah, the drawings.
Mrs. got the pens out,
Yeah.
throwing around loads of ideas and things like that. And yeah, it just makes it come alive more. It sparks the sort of ideas and things in us as well, like for the different types of sessions. Means, of course, yes, we want to make sure, that it's structured and there's a lot of, great sessions that everyone can enjoy, but we want that fun in between.
Yeah.
And of course, Sam and Al do one amazing job with the graphics and
It's
things
an
like that.
amazing excuse
So
to-
they absolutely love it as well.
Yeah.
And Marcus and Jamal with video and the animations and stuff. So, it just really makes it come alive. It's more than that just week-long conference.
Yeah.
It's like it's a living, breathing thing. It's like, it's so cool. And I love this year's theme.
Oh yeah, same. But I think that's one of the main things I like about our process is the fact that we start off with the feeling. I know the first year we were new to it, we had to get a structure ready within 4 weeks. But the last year and this year, having the time to step back and say, what do we want this to be? Or we want this to feel magical, escapism, have as much fun, and then kind of the structure and the conference comes second. I think that's really nice. Yeah.
So what for somebody who this will be their first time attending Community Week, what should they expect? What are they going to get from the actual week itself?
Yeah, there's so much going on, so we'll try and cover all of it. But essentially, across 5 days, one of the main bits will be the keynotes that you can look at. The feature presentations, and they are some of the people that you would expect to see at the biggest conferences across the world. Names like Matt Miller, Monica Burns, Ken Shelton, and so on. They'll be speaking about their certain topics, just so you can kind of keep up to date with what kind of new trends are in EdTech. And they, as you guys will probably agree, they're phenomenal speakers, really worth seeing. So that's kind of one of the things that if you don't know Wakelet is one of the best things to see. But then also, I think the Popcorn PD will be second to that. Learning more about Wakelet. If you don't know Wakelet, it's a great place to start. If you know about Wakelet, there's so much you can discover across. I think there's about 8 Popcorn PD sessions. All, as we know, Wakelet's quite versatile, so you can use it for literally anything. So we tried to put it down to 8 key categories on which you can learn more. Kind of go from being a basic user of Wakelet to advanced tips and tricks, be inspired. We've got some amazing ambassadors talking about how you can kind of use Wakelet more in the classroom and for your job role as well.
Yeah, and what you'll notice with the sessions, for those who maybe were here and tuned in last year, but for those who are new, we wanted to kind of condense it and make sure that these sessions are a little bit more bite-sized. So it's like the Popcorn PD, they're easy to digest. And so if you're a math teacher looking to learn how you can implement Wakelet in your classroom, there's going to be a session for you. We're also going to be doing something we're calling Spotlight Sessions, which I'm really excited about because it's a new kind of session that we're doing. We actually had some inspiration from a conference we went to, and we're doing kind of a round table. So it'll be 6 different speakers speaking about one spotlight sessions with subject areas. So we've got maths, we've got science, humanities, STEM, all of that being covered in that one session, but real bite-sized sessions as well. So shining a light on those snippets of information. So you can always look back afterwards as well. We want to make sure that, if you are looking for that content, maybe a colleague's looking for that content, later on, you're shouting about Wakelet, you're saying use it, but they're like, oh, how do I use it in this? you're gonna be covered. This is gonna cover so many different topics, which I'm really excited about. So the spotlight sessions are gonna be really fun, but they're gonna be fast paced and fun, like I said. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to those ones. And then of course we are returning this year with the 12-hour live stream.
Yep.
Last year was such a hit. Like again, it was the first time we'd done it last year, and you know the main thing, like you mentioned before, is that we have this global community, and we really wanted to shine a light on, you know, all of the different ambassadors we have in the community and give them the opportunity to share, but also ensure that, you know, no matter where in the world that you are, there is going to be a session on for you. Within that 12 hours, you can tune in, you can jump on in your lunch break, in your, you know, if you're still at school, you know, pop on your lunch, or just, you know, wake up and watch Wakelet. Love that as well. In an evening, however you like.
It's like a jump.
But there's something for everyone.
Yeah,
there.
it's like a jump in, jump out type scenario. Yeah, and I think that's you know, like you said, it's a response to having such a global audience, and you know, big shout out to those people in the parts of the world where, you know, they stay up till 1 a.m. sometimes to watch our webinars just because of the time difference. So I love that this really alleviates that situation quite a lot by saying, no, look, you know, everybody can jump in, everybody can see a part of this session. It's a marathon, you know. It is.
I mean, some do. Yeah, I remember last year there were a few people who I'm pretty sure were attended most sessions.
Oh, amazing.
Not that we're saying you have to do that, please. You know, don't sleep deprive yourself for it. But you know, that kind of passion.
You'll need to put a warning beforehand.
Yes, we will do.
Do not operate heavy machinery whilst watching this.
The refills of PD are, you know, are available, but you don't have to. No, but yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. There's going to be such a range of different topics, you know, covered, and just like I said, that during the live stream alone, I think we have around sort of 36 ambassadors speaking. I mean, across the whole week, there's 90 plus speakers, and most of which are from our community. So, you know, it's hearing from them. It's, you know, having a chance to find out, you know, from the experts themselves, you know, how they're using Wakelet, and hear from others as well. So, and of course we've got the networking sessions as well.
Yeah, I can't forget the networking sessions.
Those are returning with a little bit of a twist this year, because we're doing it more of as a sort of backstage breakout, their name. Again, nod to the theme. And those will be sort of on the back of the Popcorn PD sessions, so that once you have, you know, listened and tuned into that, and you have some ideas, you know, there'll be opportunities to share your ideas with the rest of the community, speak about the session you've just been to, and even do some activities as well. So it'll be putting what you've just learned into practice as well, which will be quite cool.
So it's like all bases are covered. It seems like there's something.
We think so.
There's something.
We hope so.
There's something for everybody, I think. And you know, that's one of the things that I think make it special for people who joined last year, who didn't even know what Wakelet was. And it's like, no, you know, we're not trying to just put on a week-long conference about Wakelet. It's a celebration of educators. It's trying to bring in many different disciplines and many different parts of education, and you know, sometimes Wakelet's going to be a part of that, and sometimes it's not. I think that the keynote sessions, or the feature presentations, you know, they're a testament to that. Like, you know, there's nothing there about Wakelet. It's all about issues and really interesting ideas that some of the most amazing thought leaders in the world are going to be sharing. So you have the keynote sessions, you have the 12-hour live stream, you have the networking sessions, you have the backstage breakouts, aka networking, you have the popcorn PD, and you have the spotlight sessions, plus loads of competitions and activities for people to get involved in. And we also have the Wakelet Student Film Festival, don't we? Which is another really exciting thing.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be good.
I'm excited to see where you know, some of the submissions for that, and it's a really cool prize as well that we're giving out. But the one thing that we haven't spoken about yet, which is for me, one of the highlights of the entire week is, of course, Wakelet Live. This is a session that we put on. It's more of a show, really, than a session. And that kicks off the week on the Monday. And in Wakelet Live, we're going to be really focusing on the platform this year. So we're going to be talking about all of the new exciting updates that we've been doing, some of the stuff that we've been working on behind the scenes. You're going to be able to see some familiar faces and some new faces talking about all of the awesome things that we're adding, some new functionality, enhancements, some really cool new announcements as well.
Yes.
But for me, that's the session that everybody should attend because it's going to be so much fun. There's going to be so many surprises along the way, and it's going to be a show that you're not going to forget. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for that, and I'm honored to be hosting it as well. It's for me, the Wakelet Live is the best way to kick off Wakelet Community Week. It's going to be amazing.
I was just going to add to that, yeah, because it's a celebration of course, the community. The whole week is, but Wakelet Live is, the announcements that we have coming up are particularly exciting.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just a hour-long exciting event, and it is really a celebration of the community as well. It kicks off the week in a perfect way. We enjoy sort of like tuning in and looking back on it and things like that.
To see everyone's comments as well.
Coming through, and it's so amazing to see
the reactions to the things that we're sharing and the announcements that we're going to make. But there's going to be some amazing announcements this year. I really can't wait for the community to hear them. Like, they're going to be incredible.
We can't even say too much now as well.
No,
which
I
know.
I can stop myself, actually.
I can see Misbah's there twitching, ready to say something. I'm like,
you know what, I'm going to stop now.
Okay, so in terms of people getting involved,
yes,
how do you get involved? One of the things that we should always mention is not only is the Wakelet platform completely free to use, but of course Community Week is completely free to attend for absolutely everybody. So you don't need to, all you have to do is register at the box office, get your ticket, and you're in. You don't have to pay anything. It's completely free. So aside from that, now we've got that out of the way, how do people go ahead and do that? How do people register and get involved?
Yeah, so we've got a whole Wakelet profile together of all of the sessions, so you can find out about every single session that we have going on, who's going to be presenting, and you can even collect the resources after. So it's a great resource hub to have after the week event as well, because you can look back and rewatch and things like that. But wakelet.com/@Wakelet Community Week.
Yep.
Yeah,
we'll put that on the screen as well.
Yeah, that's the profile that they can check out, and you can also then register to join the event. So we'll make sure that you get the reminders and everything like that, so you don't miss any of the sessions. But yeah, that's the best way to get involved.
And of course, our international community have their own day as well on the Saturday. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a bonus day. It's the first time we've ever done this for Community Week. As we have said, we have many speakers from over 50, 60, 70 different countries that will be joining us to speak. But this time, on the Saturday, the international communities that have been doing amazing work all year will have their own special day. The languages that they'll be speaking their native language, which will be Hindi, in Arabic, Croatian, Polish, Spanish, and there's one more. Philippines, yeah, the Filipino community.
Amazing.
So yeah, there's a chance for their native community who have been doing amazing work. They've been doing webinars every week throughout the year. A chance for them to be involved in Community Week and kind of share the love and share how they're using Wakelet as well. And that'll be on the Saturday as a bonus day.
That is incredible. So yeah, I mean, we're all excited. We have to go because we have a lot of work to get through. We do. But I hope that everybody who joins us can, feel part of something bigger and celebrate the educator, not only the educator community, but also the education profession. Learn about Wakelet, get involved, make new friends through the networking, see some old faces, some familiar faces as well. But it's going to be an absolutely amazing week, and I'm just so excited for Wakelet Live because I know everyone's going to just go nuts about what we have prepared for everybody. So as Amy said, if you want to get involved and sign up, go to wakelet.com/@Wakelet Community Week. If you want to find out any other resources about this particular podcast and the stuff that we've spoken about today, head to wakelet.com/@The Wakelet Podcast. And of course, all of our podcasts are available on YouTube and all the other streaming platforms as well. You got Apple Music, you've got podcasts, you've got Spotify, you've got all the rest of them. I don't know. But yeah, I hope that everybody enjoyed the show, and we cannot wait to put on an incredible show for you at Community Week. See you soon.
We'll see you at Community Week.